there, and welcome to the Contentment Creator Podcast, the show designed especially for creative entrepreneurs just like you who are committed to a beautiful life that's rooted in courage and contentment, and that's blooming with creativity and prosperity. I'm your host, Ellen Broen, a certified life coach, a singer, a mother, and a lover of alliteration, dogs, and deep conversation. This show is designed to become a part of your daily routine to help you, fellow contentment creator, dig deep, to clarify your life vision, catalyze your creative flow, and fuel your entrepreneurial fire in just a few inspiring minutes each day. Each Thursday, we talk about consistency, and today's episode is all about winning at consistency. Here's a question. Would you keep playing a game if you lost every single time? Probably not. And yet, when it comes to business and personal growth, so many of us set ourselves up for exactly that: unwinnable games. We create massive, rigid goals that leave no room for setbacks, no space for play, and no opportunities to actually win along the way. And when we inevitably fall short, we don't just miss the goal, we erode our confidence and motivation in the process. But what if success wasn't about setting the right goals? What if it was about designing winnable games? Games that push us out of our comfort zone, but also keep us engaged, encouraged, and celebrating growth as we go. That's what we're diving into today. As a coach, I've seen it all. One client sets a goal to triple their income in 3 months and crushes it. Another sets a goal to maintain their income over a year and misses the mark. Why? Because what's reasonable for one person is not reasonable for another. It's not about reasonable goals. It's about the right challenge for where you are and what will keep you playing the game. If your goal doesn't give you multiple opportunities to win along the way, it's not a winnable game. It's just a test of endurance. And that's a fast track to burnout. I've learned this lesson the hard way with my health goals. For years, I relied on an all or nothing mindset. I'd commit to working out 5 days a week, tracking every calorie, and dropping weight in record time. Sounds like a solid plan, right? Except I was also a full-time grad student, a part-time employee, a performer, entrepreneur, and human being with a life. I was setting up an unwinnable game. And every time I inevitably missed a workout or strayed from my plan, I'd feel like I failed. It wasn't until I redefined the game that I actually made progress. Instead of tracking my weight, a factor that lay outside my control, I tracked consistency, something within my control. Instead of measuring my success by a number on the scale, I focused on earning a check mark in my journal for moving my body each day. I even color-coded a food journal so that I could visually see how balanced my meals were. It became a game that I could win, not a battle that I was doomed to lose. And funny enough, that's when I actually hit my original goal. That was over 10 years ago at this point, but the same lesson has manifested now in my health goals again. I was committed to playing a game that worked for me when I didn't have children, and I kept losing. I was no longer creating winnable games for myself. I was holding on to the past, despite my life looking very different than it used to. So recently, I changed my winnable game. Instead of lots of short daily workouts, I now do 2 one-hour high-intensity workouts a week and keep an eye on my daily step count. I still used the insight I gained from years ago that tracking consistency in my process works way better for me than measuring the results that lie outside of my control. But I changed the game to one that I could win as a pregnant mother of a toddler. So how do you create a winnable game for yourself in business? Ask yourself, what's the actual result I want? Not just the traditional metric. What experience do I want to create? What small wins can I track along the way? How can I turn this into something that feels like a game and not a punishment? Let's say your goal is to grow your business. Instead of setting a rigid revenue target that makes every day feel like a pass or fail test, what if you measured how many enrollment conversations you had with cool humans each week? Created a fun way to track creative content output? Focused on engagement and community building as leading indicators of success? When we set up multiple ways to win, we build resilience, momentum, and most importantly, the desire to keep playing. Success isn't just about discipline and effort. It's about designing a process that keeps you in the game long enough to succeed. So today, look at one goal you've been struggling with. Ask yourself, is this a winnable game for me? Am I giving myself enough ways to celebrate progress? How can I tweak it to make it feel more like play and less like punishment? Because when you set yourself up to win, you do. Thanks for being here with me today. Tune in tomorrow when I share 10 out-of-the-box self-care services that will revitalize and rejuvenate your well-being. If you enjoyed today's episode, please show your support by leaving reviews and comments. It would truly mean the world to me to hear from you. Hit that subscribe button so you never miss a day, and join me in my mission to help a world full of content creators become a world of contentment creators.